Muy buenas chicos, ¿cómo están? Sean bienvenidos, yo soy su amigo Bien, estamos en otro capítulo más de Banishers, Ethan Carter, bueno, Ethan of New Eden, ¿vale? En este caso chicos, vamos a continuar con la historia, os voy a dar un pequeño resumen de lo que hemos estado haciendo, porque bueno, he estado haciendo cositas. Pues básicamente nos dedicamos a sacar prácticamente ya todo el mapa, ¿vale? Ya sacamos esta parte de aquí, ya sacamos la parte que nos hacía falta final, y ya nomás nos quedan pues básicamente la misión principal. Llevamos un 93% completado del juego. Esto obviamente lo he hecho streaming, pero lo he hecho off. ¿Qué quiere decir esto? Que básicamente no está grabado en el off stream, no está grabado en video. Hoy tenemos dos opciones: venir a preguntar aquí a Pennington, ¿vale? Sobre su hija, que bueno, al parecer es la que nos salvó la vida. Vamos a ver qué rollo nos va a contestar Pennington. Y al otro lado preguntarle al otro chico, ¿vale? Pues sobre unos trigramas, algo así, ¿vale?
Are you still here?
Why, you're welcome. It's an honor to help you out. Hey, thanks.
Spare me your humor.
What do you know of a young woman named Grace?
I don't know where you heard that name, Banisher. But you should not say it again.
It's important, else I wouldn't ask.
I owe you, Banisher. And I believe your word is good, but I cannot help you.
I read the name on a letter. It was a very interesting missive. I don't know what went on between you two, but she really hates you.
And what would you have had me do? Abandon my duty as a father? Allow her to stray from the safety of her people? Away from God? Away from me? She wished me to bend. But in this world, those who bend must inevitably break. I stood, stout and firm.
The letter told quite the tale. I'd like to hear your side of it.
I have heard tell, sir, of the contumacious Scots, and I did not hear wrong. For you are indeed relentlessly, perversely, bloody-mindedly obstinate.
Bueno.
Why the mystery?
A stubborn and difficult child. Always quick to disobey. Especially when the orders were mine. Never understood her antagonism or hostility. A sheer bloody-minded antipathy. She didn't get it from her mother. Now I have no daughter, and it is all the better for all concerned.
The letter was clear. You're to blame for what happened to her.
She has no one to blame but herself. I tried to prevent it. She would not listen. I hurt her. That, sir, is laughable. I worked hard to make up for her mistakes, so she would not pay the price for them.
Whatever you did seems to have made things worse.
I stood firm. That, sir, is what must be done, and that, sir, is what I do. I stand firm.
Want to tell me what happened?
If you must know it, I sent her away. I exiled her.
Why? Why would you do that?
She left me with no choice. I caught her in an act of sin. I caught her reading, studying. Witchcraft, sir. I caught her studying witchcraft. There was a book. I don't know where it came from, and damned if I could get rid of it, but she would not put it down. Not even after I forbade it.
Now why does Lammy Haskell suddenly spring to mind? And Deborah too.
Though Deborah was innocent, you accused her of witchcraft. Do you deny it?
Precisamente por eso la acusó.
Deny it? I claim it. By law, she was no witch. But neither was she innocent. She was poison, a ruiner of children. She corrupted my grace. I am a much changed man with the intervening years. Looking back, with the benefit of experience, I was entirely right and would not change a thing.
If I came to learn your daughter survived, if I knew where she was...
No, I have nothing to say to her. For me and all who know me, Grace Pennington is long dead. You wanted answers. Now you have them. And there are no more.
Okay, vale.
He disowned her but kept her portrait. A sick testimony of his love, or to his shame. Let's find her. Lamy should be able to help us with the ritual.
Vamos a ir con Lamy, el del último capítulo, por si no lo vieron. Básicamente nos enfrentamos al jefe mayor, la otra región. Recuerden que son 3 regiones. Tenemos aquí básicamente la montaña placiente, tenemos los bosques oscuros y tenemos de Harrow, ¿vale? Para acá. Ya obviamente sacamos todas las habilidades, terminamos todas las misiones secundarias, también ya sacamos prácticamente todas las armaduras. Solo faltan algunas cositas que hay que, pues, bueno, sacar con el final, que es lo que ya estamos haciendo prácticamente. Vamos a ir con Lamy, que es básicamente otra persona que ha logrado romper el velo y ha pasado a la zona donde, bueno, donde habitan los fantasmas. Puede que Lamy sepa algunas cosas que...
Think, what can I do for you?
So, Lammy,
What do you wish to know?
what about you?
I'm well. Or, as well as I...
We have time for...
I've seen how you move. Do time and space work?
Not so much when I'm with the living.
May I ask him?
Yes, you...
And what do you miss from being alive?
A big question. Too big to answer.
May I ask another?
Let's leave.
How fares New Eden?
Folk lose faith. This would be a good thing, except they lose their hope with it.
Tell me about the settlers.
Folk have been quite lovely as it happens. Each tries to do their thinking about it. That's like...
We overhead.
To my horror, I don't even know where to start.
You're a big boy.
I appreciate your confidence.
We saw the pyre. We saw what's going on here.
Nothing's going on here. Not really. All right. Folk despair. They've lost trust in my father. They finished the meeting house, but... well, people talk and foolish people. They took down the wards, burned our books, and then set fire to our house.
They're afraid.
No, it was inevitable. Without the wards, the situation worsens. And
would they be wrong?
Right or wrong, spectres walk once more, and we need the services. If you can bring people peace, I doubt they'll be grateful.
We've closed a couple of haunting cases. That might help.
My father shall be pleased. Thank you. Perhaps you'd have time to help me with my speech. I need an ending, a high note on which to...
People don't always trust Banishers. You can speak.
That could work. The added spice of your profound...
Who ordered the book?
I don't know. It was chaos. I brought my father to safety out of their sight. When I came back the next day, the pyre was cooling. All my ghosts' wards were destroyed. No, funny thing is, they did not find the books I'd already borrowed from my... If they had, I'd now be dead.
We found a page ripped from a book. Here, do you...
Let me see. Is this from the Tris... Why would you bring me one mildewed page from an amusing but harmless little book?
Why would you fail to disclose that you'd...
It was a long time ago. I said after Caleb I'd distribute no more rituals, and...
We know. But we're looking for Grace Pennington now, and we were hoping you'd help us.
Who?
Really, boy?
Oh, I'm sorry, Mistress Antea. You said Grace's name, and it is my reflex to protect her.
Ever heard of someone named...
Seeker? No. This Seeker is...
We think she's Grace. We hope she's still alive.
We think she's hidden herself away behind your dissimulations.
Then you'll need to unravel it. Shouldn't be too difficult once you're armed with this.
was the last?
It had to be a few days after I brought her the cloaking ritual. When I returned to visit, the hut had which makes sense now that I think.
That's it? You never again tried to find your best friend.
Well, you see, some weeks later, the first whispers of witchcraft started to fly about town. I was right. And I'm glad she escaped.
How does the
It creates illusions so effective that there are more effective cloaking spells, but the Trismegistus riddles do have.
The short version, please. Ending with...
Yes, of course. To achieve that, all you need is the caster's full name and the symbol.
Grace Pennington and a triangle pointing down.
Well then, now all you need is a simple counterspell from the same book, and...
What now?
I'm afraid I left my copy in the Araloo.
That's just great.
Yes, but in my defense, once you've retrieved the book, dispelling Grace's illusion will be like a walk in the park.
Nada, volvemos al vacío.
Could you tell Grace that I'm still her friend?
Once we found her, we'll be...
Toca ir otra vez.
Words have power. The right speech at the right moment can change the world.
I heard General Count von Starenberg speak to his troops once. It didn't look like much, but when he spoke, soldiers listened. When all seemed lost, he filled their hearts with courage, hope and rage against the enemy. It was quite the speech.
What did he say?
I don't know. I don't speak German.
No hablo alemán. Ya no. Vino. He sabido, ya vine otra vez para acá. La tercera.
Cristóbal Gamer. Dice. Oye Black, ¿sabes cómo se captura el pez gordo?
Con la red, con cualquiera de las tres redes te captura, pero es que es suerte. Los grandes se capturan con la red grande, los medianos se capturan con red mediana y los pequeños con la red pequeña. Pero el grandote que tiene como una piedra en la espalda, ese con cualquier... Yo lo capturo con la grande, con la red grande. La más grande, pero puede ser con cualquiera, hasta donde tengo entendido.
Cristóbal Gamer. Dice. Me lo robaron como 3 veces y aún así gané XD.
Fuerte, ¿no?
Okay, shite. Look, I couldn't talk about it.
Couldn't talk about what?
You accused me of pretending not to see that you're dead.
That's how I feel, Red. You have to accept it.
I couldn't face your death. I admit that. I rely on you. Your presence reassures me. I dread your absence. I can barely bring myself to think
Cristóbal
about it.
Gamer. Dice.
Don't wish
Lo
to
de ese
deny
pez es insufrible. Mora.
Sí, la verdad.
Bienvenido al árbol de Bird.
it. Just try to deal with mine.
Wow. That's... I hadn't thought of it that way. Thank you for your honesty.
more of them. Raging random. This can't be good.
¿Dónde vas, muchacho?
Our book isn't here.
Our book might be up there.
I might need some help.
I might be able to give it.
Well, this looks like Lami's stuff. Only more scattered.
Even with the void shifting, the book should be around here somewhere.
Got it. That seemed a little too easy.
We have the symbol we need. Let's go back to the mountain and find her hiding place. Not quite the right alignment.
Did you hear that?
First things first, Red.
Hey! Get back here now! They brought more friends.
Rose, answer its call.
Piss off!
It's about to strike.
They brought more friends. Bloody bots.
It's stronger now. Brace yourself.
Things answer its call.
Ah, diablo, en una sola.
Fino Gamer. Bienvenido al árbol de Bird.
Y se
Fino
cuecen cosas
Gamer.
raras.
Dice. Xbox o PlayStation.
PlayStation. Pero depende de lo que estés preguntando. Si te refieres en qué lo estoy jugando, en PC. Si te refieres cuál es la mejor consola, me da igual, cualquiera de las dos, ¿vale? Allá. De todos modos no hay un TP aquí, así que...
Have some of this.
Don't let it crush you.
Fino Gamer. Dice. Amigo, por poco te iba a decir pilero, pero bueno, esto es incómodo, pero cuando escuches esto ya me fui, pero bueno, lo único que quiero decirte que te recomiendo totalmente la PS5 Slim, barata, potente, carita riéndose.
Yo tengo la normal, así que... Joder. Las pocas cosas que no. Dice que está. Por la montaña. Creo que está aquí. A lo-
This is it. Seeker is behind this wall. Let the veil of unknowing be lifted. Let us see through the eyes of Grace Pennington.
Ese es el-
Ceridian?
You're surprisingly slow, even for a banisher. You're late. Or early.
At last we find you.
Missed me that much, did you? You could have hurried. You always think you have more time, and suddenly you don't.
It wasn't in vain. We have come far and learned much.
I hope so. But don't think you have it all figured out. You're still banishers, after all.
We are indeed, Grace.
So, you know.
When I asked if you'd known Deborah Comenius, you denied it. Why?
Seeker never met Deborah. Grace did. I am no longer Grace, and I don't like to speak for her. Deborah was Grace's teacher. She encouraged her to be herself, to become who I am now. They did not know one another, but without Deborah, I'd have never met Ceridian. And with Ceridian, my entire life changed. Deborah suffered terribly, and the fate she met was exactly the fate I fled. I accept it now. I accept it all. Ceridian has left a hollow, and I am called to fill it. I accept. I am ready for my role in this world. Are you ready for yours?
You learned magic by yourself.
Not really. Not at all. First, Lammy Haskell's forbidden book. They say you must look out for the quiet kids. And that was me and Lammy. But I did not learn witchcraft until Ceridian found me. Lammy showed me the view from the prison window, but my mistress...
Lammy was relieved to...
We talked about...
When I was exiled, he was the only one who'd help. Sweet boy. But now is not the time for visitors. Later, when you have lifted the curtain.
The boy will be disappointed.
We looked for you everywhere. Why did you leave the Maya marshes?
I needed time. Silence.
Hidden away behind Lammy Haskell's dissimulate.
Oh, you know about that. It held a full 7 years. Isn't that impressive? This is the place where I embraced solitude. This is where I made it a strength.
Did Ceridian find you here?
Not physically. I dreamed of her. I dreamed of the Maya marshes. So, I went there. And I found the island.
Quite the thing. Meet your dream.
I suppose so. At the time, I was more focused on the fun I'd had getting to the island.
Also,
Our first dance. I admit I ran away. But we have danced many times since then. Old Mosshead, Ceridian and me.
the time has come for us to go back to New Eden and
Yes. Balance must be restored. You must face your fate and end the curse.
Ceridian said the only way back was through the void, but the pond seemed broken.
Of course you do.
We're listening.
Remember Ceridian's words. If you were to defeat the nightmare, your hearts must be open to each other. No barriers. Your bond.
We've never been strong.
This void breach is not like the others. This one leaks. This one, you must leave whatever still burns in your hearts at the threshold. If you don't, the void will...
Do you know where in New Eden town the void shall lead us?
The trick is to focus on your happiest memories and let them take you there. At least that's how it's always worked for me.
We'll try.
And when at last you succeed, I too shall return to New Eden town. Bring peace to this troubled land and your troubled hearts, my friends. I know it's not easy to hear, especially when it's me.
On the contrary.
Thank you, Seeker. We'll...
Nada. Es curioso que ella ponga el...
What's that?
That is not your concern.
I like your new place a lot better than the old one.
I was a different person then.
This will be useful.
Ah, un vampiro, loco.
Fascinating.
I don't get it.
Of course you don't. Welcome back.
Yep.
We'll meet,
They've seen better days.
as have we all.
She's the custodian now. May she have all the wisdom of her mentor and more.
I wish I'd have the wisdom of mine.
You're not as stupid as you sound. You'll be fine.
Ah, no. Ahora sí, por la última, la pesadilla, ya para darle fin a este juego y que se acabe. ¿Sigues por ahí, Cris, o ya te fuiste?
Cristóbal Gamer. Dice. Así.
One more walk through the void.
Estás a punto de entrar a la brecha del vacío que lleva a Ciudad New Eden. Una vez hayas cruzado, no podrás volver. Pasado este punto, no podrás adquirir nuevas esencias ni mejorar tu equipamiento, excepto si cargas una partida guardada anterior. Trate de tener todo listo. Ya es el final. Cuando sale ese anuncio, básicamente es
Cristóbal Gamer. Dice.
básicamente es que ya tienes
¿Qué
que
pasó?
alcanzar el máximo de partida. No, 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 nada. Normal. Camino del amor. A la madre de armas.
Wait.
Quiere ir.
This
Ah.
is it, isn't it?
¿Qué más querías, cabrona? Ya le va a decir adiós. Bueno, no, yo lo digo así cagado, pero ya le va a decir adiós. Nosotros hemos optado por la opción de, pues bueno, liberarla y que ella vaya en paz. Pero el juego debe tener otra salida que es básicamente la vamos a buscar al final, donde después, bueno, que Antea
Suddenly, you
hagamos el ritual de que sobreviva, ¿vale?
You ever wonder how things would have gone if we'd never come here?
never. Do you?
Sometimes.
I think about our last morning in Oporto, of our tiny room overlooking the fish market.
A horrendously loud fish market.
You slept soundly in my arms as I lay listening to the clamor. I watched those curtains blow through the window for hours, and so it felt. I think of that moment often, that instant suspended in time, before Charles's letter found us.
We were glad to hear from our friend, and buoyed by our latest success.
The ghost blew up the Duke's wine cellar, but we got the job done.
Ah.
I had a good life.
No sé por qué el tipo se ve así todo manchado de negro, si no debería estar de negro, ¿no?
Very much.
Debería verse
There's
mejor.
much to do
Hay algún
between
error.
here and goodbye. Let's go do it. Thank you for standing by my side.
Ah, esta vez ya se compuso.
For
error.
everything. Into the fray then.
Always.
Mucha, hasta yo me cagué de miedo.
What is it?
Y le sigo.
Baggage I may need to finally face. Let's press on.
Estoy perdido.
Stay watchful. Spectres are still drawn to you.
Oh, brilliant.
Van a sentir más, hijos de puta.
You chose the schoolhouse too.
Of course. Our last night together.
I knew it. And now the question is, how do we reach it?
I like your doll. What are you doing?
This is Aleja. She is a witch, and she is running away from the Spanish soldiers. She had a horse, but he died. He was an old friend.
Maybe we can build her a raft.
I'm Antia. What's your name?
To hell with that.
Was that an echo? In the void?
I don't know, and I don't want to know.
Que verantea con esto.
What the?
Patience, Antea. You know that we have to be twice as good as them to get half of what they have. I can't stand anymore.
Off we go then.
I think your mother is jealous of you.
I'm better than she was at night. Of course she is.
We could train in secret. Practice when she's not looking.
These are memories from my childhood. But why here?
Supongo que tendrá algo que ver con tu reacción.
Did we miss a few? I'm right here, you know.
Piss off!
Me la pelan los dos.
Over there, a passageway.
It's just us here and there.
Damn it!
The void centres in on us. Perhaps you've been thinking about your past and memories are manifesting.
Or the other way around.
God, you're tougher than a gadfly.
Call on me.
Try this on for size.
Rory,
Tell me,
Calendre is here.
your childhood friend is here.
What passed for my friend?
Right. We leave now. You explain later.
Mama? Mama!
It's just a game.
What's going on?
Go on. Vernem. Bernhard.
What are you?
Our house burned. But we lived. I banished her without knowing how. Back then, I didn't know what she was. It's here. Leading us somewhere we don't want to go.
Free yourself, Antea. Let the fire melt your shackles.
Careful, Red. It's close.
Try this on for size. Bastard.
Stay, Antea. Stay and play with me.
I feel like I'm being led by the nose.
It's playing with us. Wants us to feel powerless.
feast on your soul. You won once. Never again. Never again. Come and play, Antea. Come and play. You will never leave this place.
You can't go round the fire. You must go through.
Poor little Antea, all alone. No one to play with, no one to talk to. Poor little Antea, gifted and talented, constricted, bound, abandoned.
Go to hell.
And look at you now. Look at you dead, clinging to some pitiful soul in a hopeless search for meaning. Thank you, Rory McGrath, for bringing her to me.
This thing serves the Araloo, Red. Don't indulge it.
You'll soon be mine. Your voice, your soul, everything.
Damn you. You want to play, Calendre? Fine. Let's play.
At last you visit Calendre, your bestest friend.
We are not friends. And your name is not Calendre.
Perhaps I should name myself by what called me to you. Your weariness, your solitude, your arrogance.
Why'd you lead us here? What do you want?
From you? Nothing.
Do not.
Careful now. The idea of tearing your precious little pet into pieces. I'd hate for you to get hurt so fast while you try to save him. But tell me, Rory of the clan McGrath, when you realize you hardly know the to learn after all these years together, these things she never.
My love for her.
But is.
There are more of you. So what's a manipulative demon like you doing in the void? Why am...
Your little pet is curious indeed. He doesn't listen. He's.
Red, please don't.
Did she ever tell you the story?
I did what had.
Of course you did.
Rory, please. For years, I would not shoulder the weight of what I did. I would not face my regrets. My home burned to the ground. My face was marked forever. When I look in, I fled the family I'd nearly killed. I buried my true feelings in hate for you. No more. I loved you once. You were my sister. You were my... But I understand now that you were born of all this darkness, that you thrive on it. I forgive Calendre for being nothing but a mirror. And I forgive...
And you? Rory McGrath? Can you forgive her?
The souls we banish end up in the void. I know this now.
Your pity means nothing to me, mortal.
How convenient then that I don't need you to give myself...
Antea, Antea. Such a clever girl. So good with words of power. Is that how you seduced your little pet? Here?
My name is Nezuko, and I am the relentless servant of the Queen of Ka.
The hell?
Come, stay a while, stay forever. As stubborn as you are.
Alright, that's cheating.
We must focus on the sorrow. Then we can end this.
As stubborn as you are.
Running away, are we?
I see you.
And I see you.
Get lost, won't you?
You are going to pay for this. My domain, my rules. This is my realm. My domain, my rules. I will reap your soul this time. As stubborn as you are. I will reap your soul this time.
¡Ah! ¡Pedo!
As stubborn as you are weak, you've not changed. You are going to pay for this. As stubborn as you are.
Come back, Calendre. We're not done.
Just you and me, Taylor. For all time's sake. You're so predictable. You are going to pay for this. My domain, my rules.
I was a child when I beat you, remember?
woe. You are going to pay for this. As stubborn as woe. I will meet your souls.
Me dio un azuco.
That was something.
I never told you the full story. I'm sorry.
No need.
Please, let's get out of here.
El 25. Fecha completa.
We're here.
Eso. No, estaba el...
Onwards. Let's get this over with.
Is the entire town lost to Ivy?
Asmael. Bienvenido al árbol de
Will
Bird.
still be strong.
Asmael. Dice. ¿Qué juego es?
Banisher.
But as Charles would say, another day, another soul to save.
These people have no idea what they're up against. We really had no idea what we were walking into.
If I had taken the threat seriously, then you might be alive.
All that matters now is that you give me my assent.
No la he visto. Ya no lo necesito.
More corrupted ivy waiting to be plucked out.
Brought more friends.
Think you could take on a ghost?
Dios, muchachos.
Would you a lecture on the sanctity of marriage?
A pretty word for a set of shackles.
I'm sure folk here are just as open-minded as Charles.
You were so in love.
We are in love.
With no condition. To the very end.
Aye. The very end.
I see a light.
How? Would Esther still be here? Oh there? Anybody home? Esther?
Rory?
Are you here?
I am. We are.
No. Not alone.
That's not.
Oh, yes. Do we ever mend the wound? Esther. And Taya. Yes. I know you. Dearest Esther. You know, I'd have liked to...
Can we...
Don't say her name. She'll hate...
let her? Truth is not to be feared.
Red, you are a dear, dear friend. But there isn't... Not. And what if the limit is the frontier of New Eden?
What will pass, will pass.
I'll away back to... I am a ghost, and perhaps none of...
Aye.
New Eden was a dreamy...
What's going on?
I do not ask about the meeting house. To think that once we worshipped there... that...
All things.
You're a brave and gentle soul, Red McRae.
What?
You know. You know who... The meeting house is... Her hate is deeply rooted. And her climbing, crawling creepers reach out across... Her hate is...
What's happened?
Oh. Everyone left.
She?
Speak not her name. It makes her angry. She is much more...
We're not here to vex her. No?
Last time, Red McWraith, you escaped with your life.
I'm rather hoping she will, aye.
Which of us has choice when free will is a lie?
We're here for Antea's body. There's a...
Yes. By her body she is held hostage.
We must break the tie.
She won't surrender it. You'll have to end her. But if...
Goodbye, Esther.
Perhaps we shall. It's so...
Vale, o sea que a la que mataron, vale, estos güeyes juzgaron a la chava se muere, al parecer Débora es la mala. Oh. Me lo prevía, pero tampoco me lo esperaba, ¿vale?
It breaks my heart to see her this way.
This is the nightmare's doing.
We need to be careful. We're in her stronghold now.
After this, we should set sail somewhere warm and safe. The dead don't linger.
No such place. But it's not a bad idea.
What shall I say to you when I give you your assent?
I don't know.
All ghosts linger for a reason.
Tis strange to be back.
It's strange to sleep near the place where you died.
Still.
I don't know.
Come on.
What will I say to you when you go?
When the moment comes, you'll...
I'll be the Banisher, bringing an ending to his own haunting case.
The same as any other. You'll undo the tie.
Why did you stay? What is the...
I told you to be kept. That night, in this room, I told you to be careful. I worried you'd act rashly and told you not to.
I thought you'd gone to the meeting house.
I died to save you.
You stay out of anger.
Yes, I stayed because I was angry.
I think I've known that for a while now.
The anger lingers. Part of me resents you yet. For my pain and my fear. For my suffering.
Thea.
I know you are. You've done your best.
Vale, entonces ya sabemos por qué Antea se quedó, porque está molesta, ¿vale? Yo lo que me imaginé, la pesadilla lo engañó a él. Ya se los habían dicho, les ataca por sueños, es una pesadilla. Vámonos que ya estamos directamente encima de la...
It is time.
What if I fail once more? One wrong choice will exact a heavy price.
Whatever happens, we will face it. Till death do us part.
Vamos a fallar porque ahora van 2 en 1. Estás mamadísimo, te puse mamadísimo, que no fallaste, cabrón.
Hey! More fun.
Watch out. We made it angry. Get the hell out of there!
The corrupted heart. She won't let us in so easily.
A few routes will not stop us. teamwork.
No Eden suffers. We suffer. My friends, I have disturbing news. Among us walks a witch. Is that not so, Deborah Comenius? Lock her up.
No! No! 'Tis not true! I am no witch!
So that's how it all began.
Aye. With ordinary evil from the hearts of fearful men.
Dino Monster dice: ¿Qué estás jugando, Black? Perdona la ignorancia.
Banisher, estoy jugando. Estoy por terminarlo. Ah, ya también. El gobernador por sus mamadas nos mataron a nosotros. Ah, de ellos.
Deborah Comenius, this court finds you guilty of the devil's work. Guided by God's mercy, I pass sentence on the witch. Pain forte dure. Confess and name your accomplices, or die for your sins.
I have nothing to confess.
How would they have let this happen?
Not a soul stood or spoke for her. There's no justice here. It's a travesty.
Ya, si por último me dicen me van a confesar y de todos me van a matar, de todos me van a matar, hubiera dicho, pues el rey, el rey, el gobernador y el otro cabrón. A chutar su madre, se mueran todos, hijos de puta. La verdad. Pues sí, voy a morir por sus mamadas, pues fueran conmigo.
Confess, witch. None stand for you. Your coven has betrayed you. Name them, and you shall live.
I am no witch. You know this. All of you. Do not turn away
También pudo haber dicho lo que dijo.
Release me. You must. Will no one speak for me? Anyone? Please.
Culero.
Help me. Help me.
I feel her distress, her rising terror, her dark despair.
She's suffered enough, and so have we.
sea, la hicieron mierda la pobre, bueno, literalmente. ¿Cuerpo de Antea?
Here, my body, my flesh displayed like a trophy.
More like bait.
Cierto. Bien conservado, de pura casualidad. Bien conservado, ni se ha podrido ni nada. Entonces, está bueno. Más de ponle 48 horas, ¿no? Que 2 días caminando. Porque por lo menos han pasado 2 días desde que llegaron.
So, the circle is complete. Do you return to the beginning? Or is it the beginning of your return?
A paradox. How clever. How it pleases you to play with time.
I do not play.
Deborah, we know what happened to you. We know what they did to you.
What they did. What they do. Shatter yet.
We're not here to hurt you. You have my body and I want it back. That's all. Help us. Because we can help you.
No, you cannot.
Bueno, ¿quieres pelear? Pues ahora, venga.
You are just like them. I won't spare you. You're still weak.
¿Quieres pelear? Pues vamos a pelear. Ah, cierto, hay que pegarle.
You've already failed.
Deja de mover. ¿Quieres pelear? Órale.
You will pay.
¿Quieres que yo te pague por algo que yo no hice, no, hija de puta?
There's no escape.
Entonces, segunda vez que te lo abierto.
I won't spare you this time.
Te reviento la cara, hermana.
You will atone.
Ay, hermanita, ¿para qué te pusiste lejos? Adiós. Hora de decirte adiós, hermana. Adiós, Débora. A despedir.
Enough.
Débora real.
They murdered us. Make them pay.
No. They do not deserve our rage, not these two.
All deserve our wrath. They crushed the breath from us. You know this. You asked for this.
Not anymore.
It's over. You have been heard. The truth is out.
No! Come back! Feed upon the pain, the treachery, the outrage!
No more. It hurts.
Behold my wrath!
La segunda batalla, venga. Aprendiste la primera vez, ¿no?
They locked us up!
Bueno, a pelear con él. Toma.
Remember the bite of the chains! Flung into a cage! Remember the bite of the chains!
Para abajo, hijo de puta.
No one stood for us! They started it!
Uy, que me mata.
They used us! They started it!
They seek a monster. Don't give it to them.
La pluma. Ah, el de cada uno de los jefes. Oh, qué buenazo, güey. Usen el contenido del juego realmente.
They turned their back on us!
¿Verdad? Cuidado.
Yes, they did. But what was it all for? It must end. You are here.
Don't resist your true self!
Adiós, señorita.
You were innocent.
Punta fuerte. Se levantó la maldición. Se la petó.
If they live, they win. All of them. Enough pain now. There must be a reckoning.
The pain may end right now. The reckoning is here.
Spare me your compassion, for it comes far too late.
Who are you?
I am retribution.
A word, an idea. But who are you?
I am her fury.
No longer.
I am their nightmare.
You were.
You believe you've won. It will not be so easy. For I will haunt your dreams.
Todavía no es el final, chicos. Todavía falta la decisión final. Dejarla vivir. Quedando opción. Pero por lo pronto liberamos a la chica.
Is that an end to it?
Yes. If you want it to be.
Are you sure? In your hand you weigh my death, the last stone laid upon my broken body.
I'm so very sorry.
Will you leave? Are you ready?
I have lingered so very long. Where now will I go?
I don't know. A better place, I believe. A quiet place.
Quiet is good.
Deborah Comenius, mere words can ill describe your suffering. And if they could, I'd not utter them now. Enough wrong has been done you. Your tale is told, and we thank you for it. You are hurt, and free to go.
Toca la decisión final. Ya sabemos que obviamente
Hey, I'm right here.
Aye, you are.
The time has come, and I must go.
That was the promise I made.
Pucha.
We've done good work here. We've made my death count for something.
Someday, we'll meet again.
Take all the time in the world. I love you, Rory McGrath.
These years
Pucha,
I've
qué
spent by
triste,
your
vos.
side have made me a better man. You've taught me to survive. You've taught me to live. Thank you. From my heart of hearts, thank you.
Pucha, qué buen final, vos.
Farewell, my love.
Pero me parte el corazón, weón, que él sufra dejarla ir.
Life for the living.
Quita a los vivos. Bueno, al menos vas a saber dónde dejar el cuerpo de la. Y vas a poder visitarla de vez en cuando. Pues sabemos que se va a hacer huesito y va a desaparecer polvo, pero bueno. Así te saca la lágrima, bro. Está mal. La noche oscura de. Es curioso, es irónico porque ellos despidieron juntos a su amigo y ahora él va a despedir a su amiga. El telón negro por detrás, oh, qué guapo. A las 3 de la mañana, ya no me ha costado hace rato.
If grief is an odyssey through hell, then what appears to be the end is often just a beginning. New Eden never recovered. For years, neither did Red. But in time, the pain of Antea's loss faded, and only the bittersweet beauty of their love lived on in his memory. Who knows? Perhaps, years from now, a legendary Scotsman, his hair grey, shall sit with his children and many apprentices and tell them a story. The tale of his beloved Antea. Of how she lived, and how she died, and how together, in New Eden, they lifted a curse and defeated a nightmare.
Oh, qué guapo, tuvo su propia familia. Oh, pobrecito. Me dio lastimilla. Me dio corazón, weón. Corazón, weón, corazón. Para él. Está buena la historia, weón. Poca madre. Está mal que bien está bien, ¿vale? El juego está bien hecho. Tiene un buen final. Si hubiese ido de inicio a fin a hacer misiones secundarias, no sé si hubiera cambiado la historia. Pero si es lo mismo, pues iría directamente. Está God la historia, ¿vale? Está bueno. Los jefes están buenos también. La última también está muy buena. Es una combinación de todos. Está bastante bien. Pero nada, chicos. Aquí termina lo que es el juego. Pero vamos a ver a partir de aquí, por si alguien no quiere spoiler, vamos a ver otros finales, ¿vale? Vamos a ver qué encontramos. Venga. Vamos a ponerle pausa nada más a la grabación. Perdón, chicos, están viendo el final. Para los que les dije spoiler, pues bueno, ya tuvieron tiempo para salirse, ¿vale?
Time to bring you home.
Este es el de español, ¿vale?
Poste.
Es el de
Thanks for following.
To word. Word to heart.
From flesh to word. Word to heart.
Air to fire. Fire to earth. I'm hollowing. It's working.
Air to fire. Fire to earth.
Ending to beginning.
Streamlabs. Bienvenido al árbol de Bird. Streamlabs. Dice. Thank you for subscribing poste.
Oh, gracias por
to the living. Life to the dead.
Ya lo.
Antea. Antea.
Bread.
It was.
Así está bien el final de salvarla, pero es que necesita sacrificar muchas vidas. O sea, al final no creo que no se pudiera revivir, porque sí sacrifican un chico de vidas. Sacrifican su humanidad para salvarla. O sea, tampoco se me hace un final malo si escogiste ¿cómo se llama? Salvar. Había gente que sí tenías que matarlo, o sea, tenías que matarlo. Pero yo dije no matarla, o sea, es el de la ascensión. Y este es el donde totalmente, por así decirlo, matas a todos los malos, ¿vale? O sea, matas a todos los humanos, por así decirlo. Desatas prácticamente el caos porque dejas vivo a todos, prácticamente a todos los hombres. Bueno, algunos, no todos, algunos sí, algunos no. Es que hay algunas personas que sí son malas o realmente sí son malas dentro del juego. Tienes que darle cramp, pues. Pero bueno. Al final no es un final tan malo.
Antea never fully recovered from the time when she was dead. And the things he'd done to bring her back had changed Red too.
Te dije, lo cambiaron, pues.
Some say you should fight for what you want. But some fights, I believe, are best lost. Battered by their ordeal at the hands of the nightmare, the lovers must rebuild from the wreckage. A new and stronger union. For better, or for worse. Now, far from the place where New Eden once stood, Red and Antea will renew their love. A shared interest will bind them once more. A taste for forbidden fruit.
Por matar gente, weón. O sea, siguieron matando gente, weón.
I'm right here.
El mejor final.
Aye, you are.
Donde ella se va, ¿no?
The time has come.
Vale, eso ya lo vimos.
And I must go.
That was the promise I made.
Ah, bueno, o sea, yo conseguí el completo. Oh, buenazo, conseguí el bueno. Por salvar a todas las... Y este es el medio, o sea que aquí decides entre ser bueno y malo, ¿vale?
This is unfair.
Yet here we are.
O sea, no consigues totalmente los puntos para ascenderla. Es un final bueno, pero no es el bueno bueno.
Not you.
Either way, we must part.
I love you so.
You were the love of my life.
Stay. Just a little longer.
You promised you'd let me go.
Maybe we could just...
No.
Stay, please.
Don't do this. I can't stay. You know I can't.
My one and only love.
Thank you.
Farewell.
Así la deja ir, pero no quería dejarla ir. Pues. Se va de una mala manera, por así decirlo. Ah, pues sí, el que yo escogí estuvo mejor, fue el mejor. O sea, no cambia mucho en teoría, pero sí cambia algo. Me imagino que la otra sí va a cambiar, ¿vale? Va a cambiar el recuento, por así decirlo. Oh, la escopeta, vos. Una escopetota, vos.
I wish I could tell you that time heals all, but that would be a lie. There are already too many lies to this tale. New Eden never recovered. Neither did Rory McCraith. Guilt does not always lessen with time. Some wounds never close. Some scars remain tender. But who knows? Perhaps someday, a grey-haired Scot may sail to Cuba and tell the Duarte family of their daughter's death. And of her greatness. Perhaps he may even admit that he misses her. And will miss her his whole life long.
Vale. O sea, sí, ahí sí es diferente, ¿vale? Bad ending. Son dos bad endings.
Aye, you are.
It's time for the lesser palingenesis.
Time to bring you home.
Ahora, ¿cómo se consiguen esos dos? Ni idea.
From flesh to word.
Ah, porque no dicen bien las palabras.
Word to heart.
From flesh to word. Word to heart.
Air to fire. Fire to earth. I'm hollowing. It's working.
Air to fire. Fire to earth.
Ending to beginning, indivisible. Death to the living. Life to the dead.
Ending to beginning, indivisible. Death to the living. Life to the dead. Antea. Antea.
Liar.
What?
You swore on it, Rory McGraith.
You swore you'd bring me back.
Step away, Banisher. That's not Antea.
Lo va a atravesar.
At our first meeting, I took your measure. I found you wanting. How I was right.
What the hell? Where's Antea?
You have failed her. Again.
Deborah! Enough games. Let them go. Let us go.
Hush, child. The adults are talking.
¿Pedo?
No! Leave her. She's innocent.
Innocence is another name for buried guilt.
She's not done with us. Not by a long way. Not for a long time. Find me. Find us.
Traitor, oath-breaker, rat! You forsook your one true love! For this you deserve a reward. The same reward over and over!
No! Let her go. Please! Let her go! I beg you, no! Take me instead! Let her go!
Cowardice, anger, treachery. This and more is the stuff of our tragedy. Zealotry, ignorance, hubris. The list of human failings is endless, and in this fertile soil grows all of our miseries. Though Antea and Red won many battles against a devious and relentless foe, right now, the war seems lost. For a nightmare is born of the darkest injustice, and will brook no mercy. But hope remains. The curse may yet be lifted. Some brave soul may yet defy the nightmare that once was Deborah Comenius in the meeting house in New Eden. She awaits their return.
Ah, you're awake.
Who are you?
Regresó otra vez al principio. A repetir todo, LOL.
I'm right here.
Aye, you are.
And in this moment, you must let me go.
Can he?
You must, Rory McGrath. We have a pact. You swore on it.
Let her go, Banisher.
No. We've come so far. I've done so much. Please. Don't leave, not yet. Not ever. I can't live with him. Stay.
Liar.
What?
At our first meeting, I took your measure. I found you wanting. How I was right.
What the hell? Where's Antea?
You have failed her. Again.
Deborah! Enough games. Let them go. Let us go.
Hush, child. The adults are talking.
innocent.
Innocence is another name for buried guilt. She's not done with us. Not by a long way. Not for a long time. Find me. Find us.
Traitor, oathbreaker, rat!
You forsook your one true love. For this you deserve a reward. The same reward over and over.
No. Let her go. Please.
Cambiado.
Let her go. I beg you, no. Take me instead. Let her go.
Cowardice, anger, treachery.
Nada más cambió el hecho de que
This and more is the stuff of our tragedy.
la primera no la quiso dejar ahí, la segunda lo pensó.
Ignorance.
O sea, cambia poquito, realmente no cambia
The list
mucho.
of human failings is endless, and in this fertile soil grows all of our miseries. Though Antea and Red won many battles against a devious and relentless foe, right now, the war seems lost. For a nightmare is born of the darkest injustice and will brook no mercy. But hope remains. The curse may yet be lifted. Some brave soul may yet defy the nightmare that once was Deborah Comenius in the meeting house in New Eden. She awaits their return.
Ah, you're awake.
Who are you?
Básicamente lo regresó. A ver. Vale, pues nada, chicos. Ahí están todos los finales. La verdad es que bueno que sacamos el más bueno. Venga. Como unos campeones. Y nos vemos en la próxima. Se cuidan.